there again, and welcome to Lobau Spark, the power of ADHD. I'm, of course, your host, Lobau, and as always, I need to let you know that I am not a psychiatrist that specializes in ADHD, nor am I qualified to tell you why I feel ADHD is so powerful. I am simply going to tell you why I believe it is, and I hope you can accept that. So today's episode will center around the element of reliability in my Spark strategy. Currently, we know that we are faster, more passionate, and our attitudes are intensely focused. Last time we incorporated the much-needed physical activity in our daily lives and its amazing ability to focus our attitudes. So right now, we have the blinders on. We are full steam ahead as we are flying like Superman.
Chief among these powers will be your sight, your strength, your hearing, your ability to propel yourself at almost limitless speed.
We have speed, we have passion, we have attitude. And today, we will be talking about the fourth element, which is reliability. And again, this is how my Spark strategy is designed to work. Remember, each element is equal in importance but relies on the one below it for strength, as the element below carries the one above when it has to. Reliability is another rescue mission for those with ADHD. Our attitude rescues our heart, but our reliability rescues our attitude. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with what I say here, but I would argue that our reliability far and away outperforms others when, and you know this is coming, when it matters. Reliability is another one of these elements that the world sees as a weakness in those with ADHD. They see it as something we struggle with. But I would pose this question to the rest of the world. What was so vitally important that the ADHD person was late for or canceled on? Was it really and truly important that the ADHD person be on time or even attend at all?
And I just wanted to make sure you knew that we did start at the usual time this morning. Yeah, it isn't a half day or anything like that. So
I think you will find that ADHD people might not be reliable to you on something that ultimately doesn't matter because we are too busy being reliable to those when they need it the most. Try and find that statistic. You can't find that statistic. They don't document those. Now, there's going to be much argument over this as the ADHD person who didn't attend class that day failed the tests.
0.0.
And will be punished.
Oh. Then as of this moment, they're on double secret probation.
Or when the ADHD person cancels an appointment with someone at the last second, they will be considered unreliable. And I don't deny this. We will miss history class when math is what we are interested in, or vice versa. After all, would Superman take a class on how to walk?
I was right. Psychotic, but absolutely right.
Why walk when you can fly? So we will cancel dinner plans to catch up with someone at the last second because we made plans with someone else that has just reached out to us in desperate need of advice or help in some way.
Well, Superman cares about everybody, Jimmy.
However, the phrase "I can't" doesn't really exist in ADHD. So we will reschedule and we will catch up with you, but it's just a matter of priority. Now, let me be specific here because I don't want you thinking that we are prioritizing one person versus the other, who's the closer friend, that's not how this works. ADHD does not play favorites in terms of people. It is the issue that they prioritize. For example, I think that Superman might reschedule a dinner with his wife if he has to go save someone that has just fallen off a cliff. Prioritization. Obviously, Superman loves his wife and his friends way more than the person that just fell off the cliff. But it is the most pressing issue that both Superman and people with ADHD address. And this is both a blessing and a curse for ADHD people. But I guarantee you our blessings are much more important in the grand scheme of things than our curses are. So we will reschedule that routine appointment.
I mean, were you going to come down
Jimmy.
now?
Oh, Superman. Listen, there's something I have to do. I'll see you later.
But we will show up early for the ones that matter. And this is the same in almost every aspect of our lives. So how do we use our reliability to rescue our attitude? Well, let me ask you this. And this goes for everyone, not just people with ADHD, but when you are reliable to people when they need you the most, how does that make you feel? And even more important than that, how does the person that you were instantly available to when they needed you the most, how do they feel about you now? How is their attitude towards you? Odds are they have a strong attitude of gratefulness, being appreciative, etc. And they will want to be around you more and more. Does your attitude get better when someone's attitude towards you does? Reliability rescues attitude, which is why being reliable is incredibly contagious to everyone you are around. Now, I want to read a part of a poem my mom used to read to me when I was a kid. And yes, people with ADHD have the ability to like poems.
Discovered by the Germans in 1904, they named it San Diego, which of course in German means a whale's vagina.
It's not going to be very often, but if they are somewhat relative to anything in our lives, we might take a glance. I do not know the title of this poem nor the author, and this is just a little part of it, but all I can remember is my mom reading this to me. It says, "Though it rains like the rain of the flood, little man, and the clouds are foreboding and thick, you can make the sun shine on your soul, little man. Do something for somebody quick." So how does being reliable to others or to your job rescue your attitude? To me, this seems really obvious. When you do something for someone else, again, how does that make you feel? Did that give you a burst of energy? When was the last time you felt bad or down after helping someone? Or after being reliable to someone when they needed you? I mean, that never happens. You don't feel bad after helping someone. Honestly, if you feel bad after helping someone, it's possible that you're just not a good person.
Asshole mio, oh sada mia.
When you do something for somebody else, it makes you feel awesome. You get a jolt of energy. Perhaps just the jolt you need to get out and to exercise and to physically exhaust yourself and get your attitude back to where it needs to be. This is how being reliable rescues your attitude. And now we're going to have a squirrel moment of the day and story time. So I was at the office the other day and just doing some work, and I got a text from my best friend's mom. No, it's not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. She texted me and asked if I knew of a user-friendly video editing software. Her youngest daughter was getting married in 4 days, and my friend's mom had volunteered months ago to do the rehearsal dinner movie. You know those slideshows with music and everything that makes it all emotional. Everyone loves rehearsal dinner videos because they show, growing up, and it's all cute and all emotional. I mean, these are so easy because everyone in the room knows that people getting married, they cry every time. It's absolutely hysterical. But she knew, my best friend's mom knew that I did this as a hobby for fun, creating videos and all that stuff. So when she texted me, I knew there was a reason she was texting me and not somebody else. She needed help. And she was asking without asking, if that makes any sense. Do something for somebody quick. Keep that in mind. Do something for somebody quick. I told her to send me all the photos that she wanted in the slideshow and that I would handle everything else. Reliability. I attacked the project immediately, and within a day and a half, she had her video. She was saved, and that was one less thing she had to deal with. As some of you listening to this know what wedding planning is like, and all the stress that goes into them, getting one little thing off your plate can mean a huge difference. The ADHD person got it off her plate. Of course, everyone at the wedding loved it, so crisis averted. Now, how grateful do you think my friend's mom was for this? And in turn, how amazing did I feel after saving the day? I was so pumped I went out and chopped more firewood in one day than I had in a long time, which in turn, of course, shaped my attitude where it needed to be, which in turn made me more passionate about what I was doing and sped me up. Helping people is like a drug. And this is honestly just one of many examples I could use here. Trust me, in the final episode, there's going to be some pretty emotional examples and some examples that have really affected people in their lives in a real way. And I think you're really going to like it. But that aside, think to yourself, how much of a jolt of energy do you get when you are reliable to other people? Think of your job. If you're reliable to your responsibilities at work and you're early every day and all that, a good boss, now keep in mind, a good boss will compliment you consistently about your reliability. Being reliable gives you a sense of self-worth, and that is something that everyone needs. But it is only earned. You can only earn self-worth by being extremely reliable. So if your attitude starts to go down a road that it shouldn't, and you'll know this, you know when your attitude's not where it needs to be. If your attitude starts to go down, even with the exercise and all those other things, if you're still lacking the energy, if you're still lacking the attitude, even after physically training your body to be stronger, immediately increase your reliability to other people. Try it. If you don't believe me, try it. Be 100% reliable to your job and everyone you love for 1 week. See if it gives you the jolt that you need to rescue your attitude and to get your attitude back to where it needs to be by putting on the blinders and staying focused. Do something for somebody quick.
That makes sense.
Hey! What's this lying around shit?
Just a side note, but notice how it doesn't say do something for somebody really slow or do something for somebody at your own pace. No, it says do it quick. When other people see you being reliable and other people's response to your reliability and how they treat you, they will have the incentive to be reliable as well. This is, again, a very contagious element, and it spreads really fast. Again, if you don't believe me, try it. If you sense your spark is about to go out, increase your reliability to everyone in your life. This will affect their attitude towards you, which will in turn affect your attitude moving forward with whatever goals you may have. Being reliable to someone in need will provide an instant rush, an instant jolt of energy you need to rescue your attitude. Again, try it. The ADHD person will always be more reliable than anyone else when there is a crisis. That's why we are called on the most to help people when their backs are against the wall and they are desperate.
Your help would be called for endlessly, even for those tasks which human beings could solve themselves.
Being reliable is actually a superhuman power for us because we don't have a choice. Our brains naturally prioritize what the most pressing issue is, and then we go to that issue immediately. I think you'll find that if you have ADHD, you are already more reliable than other people you know. But think about what you are reliable to. I bet it is something that in the long run truly matters. So you already have this incredible power of reliability. What I'm asking you to do to keep your spark lit is increase your reliability even more to save your attitude. If someone is falling from a cliff, the ADHD mind has more power to save them than anyone else.
When does a man's obligation to those around him exceed his obligation to himself?
That person falling will yell to us to save them because we are the most reliable when it matters. And we save them with an intensely focused attitude towards helping because we do it with more heart, faster. Someone is falling from a cliff. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Superman. You're goddamn right we are.